Do you want 10% off of your entire shopping cart on Jinx.com? Well, it's your lucky day. Use the promo code QUITSTALLING_366 when you check out, and you will definitely 100% save yourself 10% off of that ginormous shopping cart you got going on at Jinx.com. No, that is not the right photo. Jinx.com Spring 2019 collection is available now on the website. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. It is not the Division 2 anymore on the splash page. It is a spring collection. And if you want all of this, sweet, sweet jogging pant goodness, use the promo code QUITSTALLING_36 and you'll save yourself 10% off of everything. Every little bit that you want, you'll save. All right. But you know what, guys, we won't wait. All right, we got things to do today, people to meet, hands to shake, and thumbs to press. Yes, that is a phrase. I swear, it's a phrase. I am your host. I am Herald Silvestre, welcoming you to the Quit Stalling Media studio. All right, it's been a hot week. Last week we got a couple of guests as well. Me and DZ did a solo show on GameByte, duo show on GameByte, and we had fun. We had fun, DZ. But you know what? We got other people here today. It's not just me and DZ. But since I mentioned him, let's throw the camera his way, ladies and gentlemen. All right, he is no longer the Jack Black of video gaming because the actual Jack Black is video gaming now. All right, but this man is known in the Apex Legends circle as Insta D's nuts. It's Diego Z. How you doing, buddy?
Okay, I think everyone deserves this update. Surprisingly, jumping in the Oregon server and in random servers, I swear, I have 2 instances where I've been queued up with randos going solo. People actually say, "Hey, D's nuts." Like, the thing is, I don't know if they're just making a joke, or if they're like some unknown viewer of ours that we don't know about who just so happened to pop up on the show and watch that. But yeah, it's becoming a thing. Even so, like Harold, Mick, our reputation precedes us.
Our reputation precedes us.
Yes, all the way in Oregon, you got good. That one good. Download of GameByte.
That one download in Apple Store.
Oh yeah. Anyways, I want to welcome, of course, the other guy I mentioned on the show as well, to that side, somewhere on the other side of the screen. Quit Stalling's resident tavern keeper, Mick DeGuzman. How you doing, buddy?
Good evening, everyone. I was gone last week, and now I'm back. I'm glad to be back. I missed those two guys over there, Diego and Harold. I missed you guys. How are you guys? How was the show, though? I wasn't able to watch. I wasn't able to watch. How was it, though?
You're gonna have to go on youtube.com/quitstalling or listen over on Spotify. Yes,
just type Spotify. It on search GameByte. That's with a Y, not with an I. So yeah, that would be pretty dope.
Yes.
Yeah. And without further ado, allow me to introduce the host himself, Herald Silvestre. Back to you, so you can introduce the next guy.
You like me? You really like me? Thank you. Thank you so much. No, it's not about me. It's about the man I'm about to introduce. All right, he's got a cave of wonders. That came out wrong. It sounded better in my head. Where the pride lives on that rock. It's Leo. Welcoming Leo onto the GameByte circle stratosphere here. Leo, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Thanks, you guys, for having me. This is a dream come true. I've been seeing GameByte. I've known you guys for so long now, and I'm like, one day, and this is the day.
This day is the day.
Today's the day. It's a dream come true, and boy, will you be disappointed on this next hour and a half.
It's a nightmare awakening.
No, but Leo, man, it is a pleasure to have you on. It has been a long time in the making. We got to meet you, of course. For those of you who don't know, about a little over a year ago, or a little under a year ago, about a year ago, when we hosted our first and only ever, we'll do more, Hearthstone Fireside Gathering. We were pioneers in the local scene with our miraculous take on what a fireside gathering would be. And, I'd like to think we inspired future fireside gatherings. I don't like to toot my own horn, but, And a lot of that was thanks to you, Leo. You helped me and Mick, and on some level DZ. You helped us during our first fireside gathering, and you helped us make it special. So I want to thank you a year after for doing that.
Yep. Well, Hearthstone is a big part of me for the longest time now. So yeah, that was my pleasure. That was my pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
Thank you again, man. Thank you again.
All right.
Of course.
For those of you who who don't know about just to give you guys a bit of insight with how Leo helped us. Basically, in the location where we chose, we found out that you can only connect your internet like 6 people at a time.
Yeah, it was a logistic. We were juggling. We were
juggling. Yeah. We were juggling for how many minutes? We were like for an hour. We're like
a while.
So how do we? Well, how do we get everyone to play this game? And he pulled a few strings, and he helped us out a lot. And it was I would say it's a success because a lot of people, everyone there left with something. They didn't leave empty-handed. Even if especially that one guy, I forgot his name. I'm so sorry, but the guy who won our raffle, but he completely got a 0, so he got a negative sweep, the reverse sweep. So congrats to him. I'm pretty sure he's not playing anymore, but congrats to him.
I think like a few weeks after that, he stopped playing Hearthstone.
He stopped. He didn't even play the new expansion.
No,
like,
this is it.
Everyone who added me on that one, they all messaged me, "Are you gonna play the new expansion?" I'm like, "Yeah, I already have gold for it." Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, yeah, so it was super fun meeting you last year, Leo, and now we got you on the show. And the way we start the show every week is we ask everyone on the show, and of course everyone in the chat, everyone listening at home, of course, tweet us at @QuitStallingUs #GameByte. Let us know what you've been playing. Let's start off with a guest. Leo, you've seen the show once or twice before. All right, what have you been playing, buddy?
I am still knee deep into Far Cry New Dawn. Game came out like a month ago, give or take, and I'm still just enjoying Hope County post the collapse. So that's that. Like I think I'm maybe 20-some hours into it, and like I'm not anywhere near half done. So I'm just like just taking down the highwaymen. And when it comes to my esports, still keeping up with my quest on Hearthstone and doing a lot of Mobile Legends and Arena of Valor. Yeah, last night I played on stream with a few members of Team Liab, and from then on I went on a winning streak. And I said, I'm not gonna change my game until I lose, and I did not lose.
Boss.
I'm like, all right, look, I'm just gonna keep playing. So yeah, the fire has been dawned upon me, and I'm like, wow, look at this. So yeah, that felt good. Yeah.
Excellent, man. Excellent. Silfox just subbed to us on Twitch. Thank you, Silfox. Hey, that is awesome. Thank you so much.
There's another gifted sub from Human Panda.
Unbelievable! All right, Human Panda, this is his 13th gifted sub, guys. Human Panda is on a rampage. All right. Yeah. I can't believe it. ElderDjinn has got a lot to live up to. We might just replace him with Human Panda one of these days. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah. ElderDjinn, speaking of ElderDjinn, he says in the chat, I've been playing Sekiro as well. The title is misleading. You die more than twice.
You end up being less than a shadow after that.
There's nothing left.
Nothing left.
Oh, man. ElderDjinn in the chat brings up a really good point. Human Panda is technically subbed for 2 years already at this point.
Yep, given all those gifts. Yeah.
All those gift subs.
Thank you.
Wow,
oh my gosh.
Months.
That's why we love doing this. Because people love what we do. So thank you so much, ElderDjinn.
Thank you.
And Human Panda, of course. Let's see. Mick, man, let's throw it to you. Let's throw it your way, your sepia-toned way. What have you been playing?
Well, first things first. Let's get the usuals out of the way. Hearthstone. For some weird reason, I did a quest called the Rumble Run, which was 60. You get a free pack if you beat 3 solo adventure bosses.
Yeah.
And apparently I got so into it, so I didn't sleep that night. I slept at like 6 a.m. I finished it, and I got the card back. That's pretty cool. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I finally
Toy.
got the card in the first run. So I started. I did it again, and I lost to the very last boss. It's fine. It's fine. I already
At
finished.
least you got the
that.
card back. You got the card back.
Yeah.
That's what
At least
counts.
that's the most important part.
I
Yeah.
haven't done that, by the way.
You
so-
should. It's actually it's the easiest one among all of them.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
They've been pretty difficult. Like I've always been
Yeah.
stuck at like the last one or two. So yeah.
I hate the puzzle one. The puzzle one was the worst. I still haven't finished the second one because I'm so confused at counting lethal nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Because apparently some of the cards I didn't really study them, so they're a little more confusing than Rumble Run. Rumble Run is just your just basic dungeon run, but
Yeah.
it's just with different heroes and totems. Yeah.
People don't give Hearthstone the credit it deserves. You know, it's
Mhm.
much more than just a simple RNG game, fam.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of math involved. I like it because the thing is I touch up on my mental math because of that.
No. I mean, that didn't really help earlier on when we were computing bits, but you know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Don't worry, it's all addition. It's not multiplication. It's all addition and subtraction, man. It's not multiplication.
There's no currency conversion here. It's just damage.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Aside from Hearthstone though, I bought the battle pass in Apex Legends. I'm like level
Nice.
Nice.
I think I'm 16 now, level 16. They just did the reset. Apparently, it turns out that if you get 25,000 EXP bonuses per character, so there I think 9 characters in the game. Every week it resets, but instead of resetting, they just make the cap even bigger. So now it's at 50,000 now. It's 50 now. I was like, oh no, I haven't done Gibraltar. I haven't done Gibraltar. It's like 0 out of 5,000, 50,000. I'm like, oh no, this is gonna take so long. It's twice the pain. Oh no, condense in all 1 week. As for the new games I've picked up so far. Well, one is a few weeks back, Joffel Gallardo was in GameByte, and after the show, he basically asked for my email address so he can add me to his Nintendo Online account. So
Nice.
playing Tetris 99 now. I played.
Oh my
Tetris 99.
God.
Oh, tight.
I've never won, but the highest I've done is 4th place. So I'm very, very proud of that.
That's
because
pretty cool.
Most of the time I'm like at 50, 40 because it just gets too competitive, especially when you're like when 3 or 4 other players do a Tetris and then it just fills up your screen
You
immediately.
do a Tetris. They do a Tetris on you.
They like 3 of them do a Tetris on you and you get like 4 bars
can you
each.
T-spin? Can you
You can choose where you want, either random or random attacker, I think KO, or I think tags. Tags are basically the ones that have like higher stats and stuff. Yeah, but it's tactical in a sense that when you know how to play Tetris, you just pick and choose who you want to kill. Like, okay, I feel like there's someone who's gonna die soon, so I'm just gonna put it on KO. So it'll send it to the first person that's about to die. So that's pretty cool. Aside from that, there are a lot of games, man. That's why I'm taking so long. I'll just breeze through fast. On mobile phones, I have this new game called Duels. It's a 1v1 auto attacking game. Do check it out. It's still in early access, but it's a pretty good game. I also picked up Brawl Stars. I only played 1 game. I played the Cactus Guy. I don't like it. And last but not the least, there's this new game called Raid Shadow Legends, which is a turn-based automatic a dungeon brawl RPG where you just pick up heroes and stuff. It's from a US developer. It looks pretty dope. Let me give you what it looks like, the champions. Just to give you guys details on how it looks like. This is what it looks like here.
Yeah,
See, look at that.
Like,
That
you
looks
pretty much
pretty-
gave us the rundown of like the YouTube ads
pretty
you see
crisp.
on Philippines.
It's pretty crisp. Guess what? I saw that ad from. I didn't even see that ad from a YouTube ad. I saw that from a video, inside a video. The Corridor Crew.
Ooh.
Their latest video had that as an ad. I was like, that actually looks good.
Raid
And then
Legends.
when I got to download it and it finished downloading and I saw the game, how crisp it was, I was like, wow, that's actually not bad.
How
And
crisp.
playing on a phone. It's like breakfast burrito bacon crisp.
Oh man, now you're making me
Has a
hungry.
bit of chew. Has a bit of chew. but it's nice and crisp on the edges.
Good stuff.
How you
Good
doing?
stuff. BMO King of in the chat says, just learn the fly swatter technique in Tetris 99.
Oh,
And then,
I don't know what that is.
yeah, BMO says,
But
go
good
for
for you.
KOs first, then attackers when you have the bonuses. Pretty much, BMO King of saying, get good.
Get good. Get good.
Good tips, though. Good tips. Thank you, BMO.
Yeah.
This is crazy. How you guys are talking about Tetris 99 is it's coming full circle because Tetris is one of the first few esports, even before esports. Remember?
Yeah.
Right, right. When people were getting legit about their arcade games or like whenever Tetris was first out,
Yeah.
and now we're coming back around where we're making this whole new format of competitive Tetris.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's so cool. I love the concept of the game, and just to think it's for free, it just amazes me at how much hours I spend on it before I go to sleep.
I'm sure it's quite
yeah.
addicting for such a simple game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Definitely. The simpler it is, the higher the chance it'll be super addictive, you know?
Oh yeah.
Well, DZ, I missed that laugh and that voice. What have you been playing?
Oh man. Okay. I think all of you know what I was doing prior to the show starting. So I was playing Sekiro or Sekiro. I don't know. How's the proper pronunciation?
Sekiro!
I was playing Dark Souls
Sekiro.
Japanese Dark. Well, it's not Neo anymore.
It's not Neo.
But yeah. So Sekiro or Sekiro.
AKA, God damn it, I'm dead again.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ, man! Like, I think this one I'm trying to remember if I died on this game more than Dark Souls, but yeah, I mean, anyways, yeah, I've been playing a lot of Sekiro, super addicting, and like I got it right after Devil May Cry, so it's like I'm a huge DMC fan, so the fact that all my attention was put into Sekiro is like it's amazing. It's how to put it like this. If the only way to compare it is to compare it to Dark Souls, all right? So, Dark Souls, I don't like the fact that I'm panic rolling all the time. But this one, I like the fact that I'm panic grappling. So I prefer the panic grappling over the panic rolling more than, more than that. So, I think ElderDjinn in chat's also been playing it. I feel like I only scratched the surface in that game because there's so many areas that I have yet to discover. Knowing from software, they're hiding so many tidbits of the game. Plus, you're gonna have to go through the game in New Game Plus as well. And one thing I'll definitely commend from software is that I was watching like kind of a background of what the devs changed in this game as compared to their old titles, Dark Souls series specifically, is that they, for one thing, in Dark Souls they didn't hold your hand in that game. There was not a single like tutorial prompt. Just do what you do, and just like if you die, you die. Just
Figure it out.
Figure it out. Exactly. Figure it out on your own. This one, they kind of hold your hand on it. They do give you some instructional pause menus to tell you what to do, but it doesn't, remove you from the immersion of the game. So, kudos to them. It's a bit more linear than Dark Souls, but if you look close enough, you can find a lot of diverging paths as well. So, From Software, again, made an excellent game. I'm gonna play it right after we end the show.
Looks like someone just quit Apex.
Oh no, I'm still playing Apex. Same thing. Battle Pass. Octane is fun to play. He's not broken, but he is fun to play. He is definitely fun to play. I'd say he's around like one of the top 5 most picked right now. I mean, I think Wraith is still up there.
Yeah.
Bangalore is still there, and Bloodhound. He's like a bit above Bloodhound, I think. But he's around in the top 5, the top picks for sure. I don't know, like Leo, Herald, Mick. Regarding Apex, real quick, how do you think, since this Battle Pass is released and since Respawn has been coming up with solutions regarding to the whole hacker issue, has there been do you think there's been a decrease in the rate of hackers lately?
No.
Personally
Personally speaking, like going on Apex, expecting like a clean queue if you're solo specifically is
Mhm.
just as bad as going into like chat roulette or Omegle and expecting no penises on chat. Like it's not going to your favor. Like legit, I played the other night and I was queuing up. Like, all right, here we go. I haven't played in a while. Let's see what's up. And as soon as I queue in, all right, choose your champion, and I hear like an ad bot speaking
Oh,
Chinese. I'm like, oh,
man.
here we go. And that happened for the next 4 or 5 games, and I'm like, oh, this is so bad.
Oh man,
So
yeah.
I
Go
just,
ahead, Mick.
I lost the match because that whole team had wall hacks because they were shooting the walls where I was hiding. Like I was pretty far from them, and the dude just ran after me and was shooting the wall right beside me, and it was just strafing, and you could see it was strafing, and then it started hitting me, and I died.
It's
I was
it's
like, okay,
it's
this
crazy.
guy's a load of crap. This guy's a load of
Yeah.
crap.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's both cheats and hacks, and you know exactly what's going on. You see it.
It's so
Right.
blatant.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
blatant. Yeah.
And it
How would you
actually got
Harold?
worse, right? It actually got. Did it get worse? Because I
I
heard
don't
there's like the speed hack now.
Oh yeah, this is the speed hack, and I could have sworn someone said there's a jump hack, but I don't know. I haven't experienced that yet.
I've seen it.
Oh.
But
You've
not,
seen it?
I haven't seen it firsthand. I've seen it on like Instagram. Like
Wild, a jump hack. That's some like GTA level stuff, man.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, like, for me, I don't know. Like because here's the thing, I know if I connect if I auto connect to the regular server, which is Hong Kong, I know I'm gonna run into it. So I'm gonna have to force myself to go into Singapore or Tokyo. But at the same time, it's like it's more often than not, you'll run into one, and like because you waste so much time in a game in one match, and that like you go through the whole match. There are 4 squads left, and then here comes the hacker team. And it's like, oh man, like I have to requeue again,
Yeah.
and then I don't even know if I'm gonna win the next man. So like sometimes, like it's come to a point where like I win one game out of 8, and then I'm done. It's like I cannot handle this. I didn't even have fun. So
Yeah.
it's a bad issue. It's really a horrible thing
Yeah.
that's going on.
If I may, actually, I wanna like share something. Now, before me and my circle of friends, along with Diego, well, the same group that plays, we generalized that a lot of servers that were far from a specific country that I'm not supposed to mention because it's gonna get controversial here, are just a bunch of hackers, and you know, they're the reason why this game is, I mean, like they did the exact same thing to PUBG, I'm pretty sure. But there was a saving grace. I did meet someone who had the infamous DouYuTV tag. Like it even had the numbers, and he was speaking to me. And
What did
to
he
not to
say?
make fun of him, he I basically asked him, "Are you a hacker?" And he said no. And then he goes, "Excuse me, I have a question." And I go, "Yeah. Why do you think I'm a hacker?" And I said, because a lot of people with that tag are hackers, and I've reported a lot of them before. And then he goes, F hankers. I'm like, F hackers. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Just made a mistake, but yeah. So my mind was blown. I was like, wow, there are actually people that with that infamous tag.
That side of the world.
That's actually pretty good. And at the same time, I found out here on Twitch there are a lot of streamers who have been banned for using hacks on Apex.
Oh man,
Come on,
yeah,
dude. There are like
like
four or 5 in the past month. Are you kidding
Yeah.
me? And you're streaming this and you're proud of it? Wow.
What
I don't
puzzles
know.
me? What puzzles me is that they get banned from Twitch, but it's a temporary ban only.
Yeah, like 30 days. 30 days
Man.
max.
Some people like living on the edge. That's what it is.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Damn.
But Harold, what have you been playing, my good sir?
Damn,
We've
you
been
beat me
talking
to
about
it.
it too much. We could ask him.
yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I've gotten used to it. ElderDjinn knows what I'm talking about.
He does. We get
So
too
I've been
carried
a-
away here sometimes.
I've been able to play a little bit of Overwatch. Just a little bit of Overwatch again.
Keeping it alive, yeah. Keeping it alive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
keeping it real. Yeah. Well, because the thing is, when you watch the league, you get hype, right? And then you get into the game, and then you remember why you stopped playing. I'm not playing in the league. No, this is not the high level team based game that I see on TV or on stream. This is like a totally different game where it's like 6 DPS, and you're all just like, you're just trying to get through the next 5 minutes, of getting stomped.
Yeah.
So, it's rough. It's rough. Aside from that,
have you played Baptiste already?
Baptiste.
Diego,
Yeah,
you have to listen to his voice liner because he says Baptiste. All right, Baptiste. I got to play Baptiste. Not easy, man. He's also not that strong right now. So, just chugging along in Overwatch, brother. Just chugging along. And aside from that, speaking of chugging along, I'm chugging along into my All-Star appearance for the Chicago Bulls. Representing the Chicago Bulls in NBA 2K. Just making my way towards New Orleans, and continuing to carry my Chicago Bulls into the playoffs. But that's neither here nor there. Herald plays basketball. But that's all I've been up to. I want to throw it to chat real quick because I've been seeing some people talk, like ElderDjinn. ElderDjinn said, "Oh man, you ought to see the Tetris World Championships back in the day. Some Japanese competitors play blind mode to garner high scores." And he says if you look it up on YouTube, that'll be your reaction for this show. Because what is blind mode? All right, what is blind mode? I'm kind of curious.
I have no idea what blind mode is.
That's flexing.
That's blind mode Tetris. Do I type back in the day as well?
Blind mode. Wow.
Blind mode old.
Yeah.
Blind mode old. Based on the thumbnails, I'm not really sure which one would be the blind mode ones, but we'll figure it out. ElderDjinn, link us something, maybe on our Discord, and we'll see what happens. But I want to show this on screen real quick because it makes me feel tingly inside. This, ladies and gentlemen, was the moment we were talking about earlier on, where Leo helped us out with our fireside gathering. This is what we call the Last Supper of the fireside gathering.
The Last Supper at afternoon. At around 4 p.m.
It's like
5. Almost 5. You can see it in the clock.
Kara's there.
Yeah, Kara's there. I think Miko P's there as well.
Yeah.
2 handsome hosts there in Herald and with Mick and Leo. And it was a good fireside gathering. Let's look a little deeper in. You got Bald Brian, who went to the finals with Carrot Cute and sadly got dominated, but you don't expect anything less from Karakute. And Jabamaka and the crew, like this was a fun day. But guys, you've got a lot to talk about, and especially about Leo's work. So I think we should get to it. I think we should talk to him. Let's do it. Before we do, DZ, Mick, Leah, any shout outs you want to give out there into the world?
Oh yeah, I'm just cool, yo. I'm happy just hanging out with the Quit Stalin crew, and everyone tuned in. That's what we're going. That's where we're going today.
That's our boy. All right, well, let's do it then. Let's interview Leo and talk. Well, let's turn this music down real quick. Let's interview Leo and talk about what he's been up to outside of him playing video games at home. Let's let's talk about Leo. Let's do an interview. Here we go.
Well met.
I know we had a different soundbite for that, but we'll go with that. We'll keep Welcome.
We'll keep it.
It sounded good. It sounded good. That was pretty good.
We're going live, and of course, the interview portion of this episode is brought to you guys. Let me bring it up real quick once again. It's brought to you guys by. Wait, why is the music still dead? It's usually smoother than this. All right, it's brought to you guys by the Quit Stalling Geekcast. Yes, last week we had the folks over from Panels Comic Book and Coffee Bar, all the way from Oceanside, California. We had Tio, Eris, and Lachelle from Panel show up, and they sat down and had a little chat with me in the Quitslang Geekcast last Friday. So if you guys haven't yet, head on over. Let me throw that border out and let's make this full screen. Let's make this a party. All right. Head on over to youtube.com/quitstalling and check out Quitslang Geekcast episode 88, or you can either download it on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, and iHeartRadio, and all the places you get podcasts. Leave us a 5-star review, or stream it on Spotify and check out this wonderful episode where we got to talk to the folks over from Panels, Comic Book, and Coffee. Check them out, guys. Check out this episode, Quitslang Geekcast episode 88. It's live, it's large, it's in charge. Leo, let's talk to you, buddy. All right, let's talk to you. And let's find out what you've been up to. What have you been up to, Leo? I know you're a busy man, as you're.
That's weird to put it, but I guess because there's only so much of me to do and so much stuff to get to. Recently, it's mostly been about the Nationals. It's been about the Esports Center, and it's been about my streams on Gamely.
Oh man, tell us more. Tell us more about the Nationals. What is that?
Okay.
Is that some kind of baseball team? Huh?
Oh no. That seems to be the highlight, huh? So the Nationals is the Philippines' first ever franchise esports league. So that's essentially what the Philippine Basketball Association is, where you have like teams like Rain or Shine, San Miguel. Where companies invest into these teams and just play it off for everyone, for the enjoyment of the whole family. And that's exactly what the Nationals is. We got teams like PLDT Smart Omega. We have teams like Suha Execration Punishers. We have teams like Bren E Pro. And there's like so much money and so many investments and eyes on this franchise right now, and I'm glad to be one of the the bigger media outfits covering it, which is TV5. So that's something big. I think that's what's been keeping me busy recently. That aside, just keeping the hustle, keeping it up with my stream on Gamely, which is a rather new platform here in Southeast Asia, and we've been running the channel 24/7 now here at Brentertainment. And I've been playing a lot of games there. I stream 4 times a week during like the time everyone's asleep, so I know that who watches keep it real. And I've been at the Esports Center for the past couple of weekends. We talked about that in the pre-show, so that's been what's keeping me hecka busy.
Oh, that's awesome, man. So
Wow.
how crazy is it for you when you're out there doing your thing for the Nationals? What exactly do you do for the Nationals that we mention it?
Yeah, for the Nationals, I have been signed on as an esports correspondent for TV5. So basically, I am the guy delivering you guys the news straight from the court side. I can literally smell the players, although I don't. Make it a point not to do that. It's a little weird. I see the action from where it is, and I deliver the stories from where the players are, from where the audience sits, to people who are watching on TV. So as you know, esports is a young industry. It's a young culture here in the Philippines, and being able to tell a story and deliver that to people who casually are just channel surfing. It's like, what's on right now? And they see, oh, what is this? The Nationals. Oh, look, they're playing a game called Dota. I know what this is. I've heard about this. And I want them to see that and watch, my little reports and go, oh, so that's what's going on. So that's who these players are. And I want them to be able to carry that and, bring it to the next time they watch TV. Like, oh, look, it's on again. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. That's my job on the floor.
That's excellent. So who have you met? What are the big names in local esports that you've met and gotten to talk to?
So my first day of coverage was yesterday, and basically what's cool about the world of esports, especially in the Philippines, is since esports and gaming is such a young industry, most everyone who's anyone and the people who work know each other. You're at some point you're almost friends because you're all working towards the same goal. You want to grow this and you want to make it something that's worthwhile and something that people will watch and enjoy. So during the pre-prod, during the setup, everyone in the studio, everyone, just regardless of what media outfit you're from, whether it be the Nationals, whether it be Signal, whether it be TV5, we were all working together. And I essentially met up with everyone involved, save the teams. The teams, they want to keep those guys aside because they got to focus. They got to be able to put on a good fight, put on a good show. So I only met with the teams later on in the day. So yesterday was a match between PLDT Smart Omega and Suha Execution Punishers. Both names actually very, very big when it comes to just esports or just tech in general, right? PLDT Smart, basically the telecom giant that we know, and Execration. You've known the name for years now, just running the leagues, running the circuits in and around the Philippines, in Southeast Asia, and the world for Dota 2. So yesterday, PLDT Smart Omega went 2-0 in their series against the Punishers, which is, something to expect coming from the team who won the road to the Nationals, which is like the pre-tournament leading up to the franchise league. And I got to talk to the MVPs of yesterday's games. I talked to Nasjo and I talked to Yaj. So these guys, true to the hype, are being groomed to being more than just your regular run-of-the-old gamers. They're athletes now. So I gave them like interviews and spots on TV, and they did not disappoint. So I got to meet these players who were just at the top of their game. They dominated, legit. They ended the game at like one time at 18 minutes and the other at maybe sub 20 minutes. And it's like PLDT Smart had another affair to go to. They just needed to end the games fast. So I got to meet them. I got to meet their coaches. I got to meet members of their entourage and just staff from both teams. They're really cool. So, the energy is something that you can't just get anywhere. It's something else.
That's excellent, man. And so you're mentioning the energy, and how's the atmosphere there? Is there a live crowd?
Yeah. So the launch day one was on Sunday, and I can tell you that was just crazy. Given how it was the first day, everyone was just on the floor. People were clapping. Every single clash, whenever someone would die, get picked off, you would hear people just screaming. But that was Sunday, and the studio was packed. All right, we were standing up. People were sitting on the floor because you need to be able to give space for the studio equipment stuff. But on Tuesday, though, I was yesterday. It's so weird. Like I haven't gotten much sleep, so it feels weird. Like my sense of time is off. So
The lines
Tuesday,
are blurring.
right? Yeah. I don't even know what day it is anymore. I just almost quit Stalin. So Tuesday was the second day, and it was mostly rematches. It was mostly teams who have already fought. So Execution Punishers, we saw them. Omega, we saw them. Brenny Pro, we saw them. Happy Feet Emperors were the first. It was their first match. They were debuting yesterday, so they were the spotlight was on them, I guess. Yesterday was a little more chill. Like, people were watching. Members of the Games and Amusement Board were there. Team owners, team players. Fans of the teams were there, and a few friends and family. But yeah, most definitely, every day of the Nationals, we can expect just people going crazy. It's a matter of time before we see like picket signs and light sticks. But I'm not sure if the studio is gonna appreciate that.
Oh, really? How come?
I don't know, because it's a cramped space. I mean, you know how game show would look like, like a TV studio, like a la Conan or a la Late Night,
Yeah.
It looks like that. It's very cramped. They do some camera tricks to make sure that it seems big on TV, but as it is, it's not something that you would run around in.
So fan signs might end up blocking people behind the fan signs.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. But I can't wait for people to see that, because stories are still being written and fan bases are still being built. People are still picking who their favorite players are, and that's my job. My job is to be able to say, yo, this guy did really well, or this team is so on fire right now. You should watch this. So I think given a few more days or weeks, that's when we start seeing the picket signs. That's when we start seeing the light sticks. People cheering them on, and that's where I feel like, oh shit, that's my fault. That's my fault. I hype people up. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you heard it here first, folks. Stories are still being written, so the National Scripted League.
Scripted league.
No better
I
than
don't
the
know.
WWE.
No
Yeah,
better than the
I put that onus on me. Like that's my job personally as a storyteller, because it's esports. It's a competition, but
Yeah.
human beings, we just love a good story. We love the drama. So
Definitely.
that's the kind of stuff that I want to put forward. I don't want to go like, oh, people are so emotional about it. I want people to invest. I want people to follow these players beyond just what numbers show up on their screens.
Yeah, definitely. And you've mentioned some of the challenges that have come across already with the space and trying to shine light on the stories, like as you mentioned. I was noticing some technical difficulties as well with out of sync audio with the video.
Yep.
What other
Yep.
things are you hoping to be improved sooner than later that are minor nuances and annoyances at this point?
Okay, well, that's true. Across the different streams, given that there are like different broadcasting teams working on the nationals, everybody wants a piece of the pie at this point.
Mhm.
I think, given how many eyes are on this, given how much is going into the league, I think it's just a matter of time before we see better coordination between these broadcast outfits.
Ooh,
And
okay.
maybe it's not hard to assume that more teams, more investors are going to be coming in, and more conferences are going to be put up. So I just want this thing to grow even more. I think more than just like ironing out the little kinks in the stream, in the production, and in the growth of the audiences. It's just a matter of time before we see it growing in a more how do we say, horizontal way, like just
Yeah.
having more reach and just being a chunkier league, all in all.
That's awesome. And, while we're on that topic, DZ, Mick, and everyone in the chat, along with Leo, I want to ask you guys, what games are you looking forward to possibly coming into the Nationals as they expand their repertoire? Especially Leo.
Yeah.
Leo, let's start with you, man.
Yeah.
What are you hyped about? What do you want in the league that isn't in there yet? Because it's
So
mainly Dota
currently it's Dota 2, and then coming up in the next few months is gonna be Mobile Legends and Tekken. So the Nationals team actually thought about it really well. They said we need like the Filipino game, that's gonna be Dota. We need the spectator game, that's gonna be Tekken, and we need the hot game, the game that everyone is into right now, that's Mobile Legends. So personally, I think what's missing is something a little more for the intellectual, if you know what I mean. Something that's like the golf of esports. And a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, Caster Ilustrado, we talked about it. He's like, this is the golf of esports, and I'm talking about Hearthstone.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
We need
Right
something that's
there.
a little more. We need something that's a little
Right
more
there.
slower paced, deliberate, but still a spectator sport when you
Yeah.
come down to it, with the right kind of casting and the right kind of treatment.
Mhm.
People who are just channel surfing are still gonna get it. Like, oh, he has to take that down from 30 to 0. Oh, these are dudes. Okay, let's see. And I think that's what we need. We need something we need something like chess. We need
Yeah.
something like golf.
now.
I'm looking
Those
forward to it.
sentiments have definitely been echoed
Yeah.
on the show before, as I try and fix my
Yes.
my beard, because the
goal.
chat is asking for a Herald beard.
Right.
I'm trying to make it work. I'm assuming they meant facial hair and not just someone who will pretend to be my boyfriend. But yeah, so we've echoed that sentiment in the past. Mick, DZ on the show, we mentioned that
Exactly.
Hearthstone is the
The
golf
golf
of esports. It's
esports.
cerebral.
There you go. Right?
It's a
Yeah.
methodical viewing experience.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
then, like, to explain to you guys like how different it is for a Hearthstone player to watch something like that is when Hearthstone had their own qualifier tournament here, the APAC qualifiers was hosted here in Manila in the Meralco Theater. And I think I mentioned this before. If you think that it's boring to watch them on stream, if you're there, you can hear people screaming, shouting, and like there's someone there like shouting, "That's lethal! Go, go!" It's just
Yeah.
but of course, that's coaching, so you don't allow that. You
Yeah.
can see, I
Exactly,
came in
yeah.
there late. I was just shouting, "No!" no, he
Yeah.
did it. No, it's
Yeah.
lethal.
Exactly why it's the golf, because in golf you
Yeah.
can't shout at people when they're doing their
Yeah.
backswing, right? So
Exactly.
it comes with a certain kind of you do a Hearthstone clap. You know what I mean?
Yes.
like-
And when there's a bad move made, it's like you can hear the loud oh
Yeah, or the
when you're short of the putt. Oh.
Actually, I would have actually just said it's more of the tennis of esports, because at least tennis they just stop for a second, and then like after every turn when they see the top deck they're like, oh, then they have to keep quiet after, like,
Yep.
super after, like, okay,
He's gonna do it.
I know there are ways where casters can convey excitement in Hearthstone, but I love CC's way of doing it. They could just be like, "Oh my God, he's about to end his turn. This is it."
Yeah.
wow, look at this, look at him hovering over that end turn sign.
The mouse is over it. The mouse is over it.
Yeah, the challenge is gonna be, besides making it a little more entertaining, is making it more educational. Because if you are going to turn this into something that you want to grow, you want to have new eyes on it, you gotta have fresh takes on it. You want like your random person, as I said, who's just channel surfing. You want them to go, what is this? And if they listen to the cast within the first 10-15 seconds, they're like, oh, okay, all right, I get it, I'll stay. And you turn them into a fan from there.
Exactly.
That's the challenge.
Exactly.
That's the challenge.
And they're like, "Oh my God, this is free on my phone. I have phone. You have phone. We have,
I have a
phones,
phone.
don't we? We have phones."
Yeah.
That's
That's the thing.
That, man.
Yeah, I think that's why football was and still is the world's most famous sport. It's the most popular sport because all you need is a ball, a place to kick it into, and your legs. So you translate that into esports. If it's free on my phone, if it's free on my PC, if I can play it, and I can be just like that guy, I want to be just like that guy.
Exactly. Oh, and Human Panda gifted a tier 1 sub to CC. Oh my God,
Number
Human
14.
Panda.
Number 14 right there.
What is
Thank you.
going on? Human Panda wants to hit that 3-year mark already. Unbelievable.
Is
Speaking of
this
3 years.
is this CC? Is this my CC? Is this another CC? What? Oh, Jay's here. All right, we got folks from my days in Twitch, Bren. Awesome. Hey. All right.
The pride. The pride is here.
Right,
The pride has
right
returned.
here.
There you go. All right.
Alright.
Love you guys. All right.
And I do want to say, since we are on episode 89, we are 11 episodes away from GameByte 100. I'm trying to
The big 100.
fix something
The
up.
hundos.
The big
Yeah. Trying to
Hundos.
fix something special up, because we got to.
Super special.
CC in the chat says, "I'm all yours, Leo."
Yeah, there you go. It's my CC. All right. I miss
my
you.
CC.
What's up? Yep. All right.
Excellent,
But-
excellent. Okay. So I've been hogging Leo for myself. I know Mick and DZ have their own questions. So go, guys. Let him have it. Let him have it.
You want to go?
we missed out on like what other sports you guys want to see. What other
Oh
titles?
yeah.
Yeah,
DZ,
yeah,
Mick,
exactly.
what do you
I
want
was
to
gonna-
see?
I
So
was going
Hearthstone.
to say,
Obviously, everybody wants Hearthstone, but what else?
Hearthstone. Yeah.
Hearthstone.
Personally, I want to see something that has stood the test of time, and I feel like it's something that is, actually, it was actually super popular here, and I think that its reincarnation in a handheld console is fitting, considering that they are going to introduce this kind of format in the coming months. I'm talking about Guild Wars, baby.
Ooh,
In Ragnarok
what?
Online.
Okay.
Remember
Oh
that?
my
The good old
God.
days with the
Interesting.
Ragnarok Philip. Let's go back to early 2000s, ladies and gentlemen, where we had the Ragnarok Philippine Championships for about, I think, 4 years, and then whoever won that would win 100,000 pesos, and at the same time would represent the Philippines for the Ragnarok World Champions. And it's a league-based guild house capturing whatever format. That's pretty cool. That is like a Swiss format.
Is that a WoW? The War of the Imperium? It's
Whoa,
a
War of
It's a
Imperium.
WoW. It's a WoW.
I would love to see that in the Nationals, because the thing is, there are a lot of diehard
Ragnarok fans.
Ragnarok fans here. Not just
Ragnarockers.
here, but in Ragnarokers. Not just here, but also in Indonesia, Thailand,
in
I
C.
mean,
Yeah.
in the Southeast Asian regions. And this could be like the stepping stone. Like the nationals could be the stepping stone to a Southeast Asian qualifiers or whatever tournament it may be. That would be pretty sick to see. And it has that hint of nostalgia, because if you ask me, like people our age, in our age group, we all have.
Sorry, what age group is that?
our age group,
all right.
like our age group, our generation.
Okay? Oh yeah, the young
millennial
hip,
boys, millennial
the young hip
90s,
16 to 20 year olds that we
are. Fellow children.
I would say about at least 60% of them have had their Ragnarok experience.
Yeah.
60%. And that's like cutting it thin. I honestly think it's like more than 80. Like maybe someone's like, oh, I'll play this for one day, and then just, after the trial they're like, I don't like it. I have to pay for it.
Yeah, put it up to 80 if they've at least touched it at least once,
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel like that would be something nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Realistically speaking, you're right. Everything you said was true. That people are a big fan of these MMOs, especially now that they're coming back on mobile. And realistically speaking, how I think it's gonna go and how I would suggest people do it, just to put it on the spotlight and maybe do it as like a test run, as you said, for something much bigger, for like a WoW. Or World Championships or like a Southeast Asian Championships, would be like, make it a spotlight, make it like a week-long event, make it part of the programming for like 30-45 minutes every time we go on, and then use that to build interest. And if the franchises want to go into it, they can turn it into an actual conference for the next season. That's what might happen.
They want to cash in on that nostalgia for Ragnarok.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure
the money ad.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the broadcasters can turn around with the numbers given these tests, like these portions, these programming, and they're like, "Yo, we have so much, we have high ratings when it comes to Ragnarok. You guys want in?" So I can see that happening. Yeah.
What about you, Diego?
Go. For East, the scene. Oh my God, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but okay, here. There's only one fighting game so far, right? Which is Tekken.
Yeah.
Tekken, yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, I think I know this. I don't
know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but I want the Smash scene.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Tell us about it. What about the Smash scene? Why Smash?
Okay, well, of course, Smash Brothers there's not. I don't even know if it's I wouldn't know how to gauge the size of the community locally, but there's a lot of great talent. There's a lot of There's a lot of there's I guess a generous amount of followers to that. But the thing is, it's just kind of hard to get it off the ground because it's hard to organize a Smash Brothers tournament here because there might not be enough players sometimes, or that the buzz for it isn't as big as Dota or Hearthstone or
Tekken,
or Mobile Legends or Tekken, because there's always that barrier to entry. But I guess as a spectator sport, it's again, it's like I kind of like what you said about what game was that? But anyway, let's go with Tekken. It's kind of like Tekken or any fighting game is the easiest. Fighting games are the easiest esports to digest because it's kind of like boxing. You just got to knock the other guy out. Anyone can understand that. So with Smash Brothers, I think like with the characters that they have. Everyone knows them. So so you see Pikachu there, like some rando, like some channel flipper sees a Pikachu beating on a blue hedgehog or a Mario. I'll know who those people are. I know who they are.
Yeah.
I know what franchise that's from.
Exactly. Like, the Nintendo characters. It's just that. Like I'd honestly like to see it big in the Philippines.
Okay.
But of course, like the reason why, the reason why I said I don't know if it's a good thing. I don't know if it's a good thing. At the same time, is because. How do I put this in the most subtle way possible?
You can't prove it. You can't.
You can't.
You can't.
I can't, so...
You can't.
Just say it.
Just go off with it. Off with it.
Okay. I have friends who have organized tournaments, and the scene can somewhat get pretty toxic. Again, that doesn't mean that no other scene. That doesn't mean that no other scene is. But because it's small, it's. I guess it's easy. It's kind of like mas personalan yung trash talk and the toxicity towards one another, which is why.
So to translate, it's more personal.
It's more personal.
They make it more personal.
Exactly.
People don't kid around with their Pikachus, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
No, no, no.
Pichu's,
Yeah.
the easier one.
Yeah,
The
no, no.
easier one I'm gonna
Here's the thing. Okay, I totally agree. Everything that DZ said has some validity to it, has some truth to it, and you're right. Fighting games are the easiest esports to digest and to spectate. But here's the thing. As I said, past couple of weekends, I was at the esports center, and one weekend we ran a Smash tournament. It was
And you didn't
organized.
go, Jegs?
There you go. So no, here's the thing. It was so on the fly. It was announced in the same week, and it ran on in that one weekend on a Saturday or a Sunday, I think. And here's what happened. Right, we opened up the signups online and on the ground. 60 something players were raring to go, and we had to cut it down to 32 because that's how many people we can run.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, so I don't know where
That's
all these
how
people are coming
many.
from. I understand that
Wow.
one would assume that maybe the community is a little small, given that it's a niche game. You know, it's on the Switch. It's
Yeah.
it's a Nintendo fighting game. That's not even really a fighting game because
Yeah.
it's a platform, right? It's a platform fighting game.
It's a
And-
platform fighting game.
But yeah, like legit 60 something people were signing up and like, sorry guys, we have to cut it down to the first 32. And I casted that game all day and it was just amazing. And the energy was something else. So yeah, I understand how it could get toxic. I understand how it can get personal, but there is a potential for it being something up there, you know.
Sign me up.
Yeah. I can see that.
I
We
will
can see
join
that.
next time. I'm gonna
Yeah.
practice again. I'm gonna practice
Yeah.
my Roy. Yeah.
Your Roy,
I-
your sweet spots.
The sweet spots, baby. The
Inner part of the blade, or inner part of the
inner
blade.
hilt, near the hilt is Roy.
the hilt.
Crom is near the tip.
Yeah, the tip.
And-
Crom likes the tip. Crom and
Marth,
Marth.
yeah.
Crom and Marth like
Crom and
Yeah.
Marth are tip.
Yeah.
Lucina's like middle. For some reason, there's not much of a difference whether you hit near the hilt or near the tip. Sorry, we're getting too technical here. My bad.
Yeah. But yeah,
Harold,
those,
Frames,
yeah.
guys, frames.
Yeah, those are your esports. What about you, Harold? What do you want to see?
See, Leo always remembers things, and that's why.
Yeah, that's why I said Harold.
Leo,
I remember.
Selfishly, I do want Overwatch to.
Yep.
Even if it's not the Nationals, but since we're talking about the Nationals, like I wanted to come around professionally here because I think in terms of FPSs right now, aside from CS:GO, it has the potential to have the most longevity. Because I see battle royales as a challenge to spectate and to get into. We're talking about the golf of esports. Like battle royales will have the most downtime until the very end.
Yep.
So-
Walking simulators.
Yeah, exactly. So in terms of FPSs, Overwatch is always action all the time. So that's what makes it so fun to watch, and I think there's potential there, especially in the long run.
Yeah.
Aside from Overwatch, I actually think like simpler games like Tetris 99 could carve themselves a spot.
I
Yeah.
would love to see Tetris
Yeah.
99.
Right?
That
Because-
would be.
I would love to
that would
see
be
it.
That would
excellent.
be like the fast-paced version of chess, because you get 99 other people in an arena, and you see them like with spotlights on them, and then one by one the light goes away. Like there's a lot of potential for this.
The production's out of control. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be out of control, but it's gonna be out of control. But the potential for that, the spectator part of it, is gonna be pretty cool. And you guys have mentioned a lot of cool ones already, especially with the fighting game community. As toxic as it can be, it's also one where you can get really excited. There's a reason why combat sports are a thing. People get excited
Good stories.
about that.
Good stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like if you can get that in a format where people don't actually get hurt, I mean at least on screen, like why not? So like there's a lot of potential for this, and like I like personally at the moment I will always circle back to an FPS like Overwatch because there's something about it for me on a personal level that makes me want to see it and be involved with it.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a game that I'm not thinking of right now that I'll probably remember like 30 minutes after the show, and I'll be like, oh my god, I can't believe I didn't say it out loud. But no, what's that, DZ? I saw your
was gonna
face
say,
light up.
FIFA?
FIFA?
No, we have real soccer for that.
We have 2K here, dude. We also have a 2K tournament that's coming up soon.
Yeah.
There are 2K19 tournaments here now.
Yeah.
Like,
And
there
for me,
a lot
like
of
those are
people-
the slippery slopes where,
Yeah.
like there's sims, there's simulations,
exactly.
and like those will always have a bit of stigma and a bit of like competition with the real version, like quote unquote the real versions of those games.
Yeah.
So it's those will always be difficult, but like. Yeah, for me it'd be Overwatch,
Yeah.
selfishly.
Yeah.
Like that's good question, guys. Good question. Whoever asked that is pretty cool.
Nice one, nice one, Harold.
Oh,
I
is that
have one
me?
more game. I just. Oh, good
Wow,
job,
I'm so
Harold.
surprised. Oh my
I do
god.
have one. I do have one more game I just thought of. Okay, but this one's just like for funsies. But oh my god, I would love to see this because I am pretty sure the spectator view would be like the viewership would be would actually not be bad. Okay, but just give it the benefit of the doubt that this game I'm gonna mention, the original developers have come back, and that they're gonna remaster their game for 2019.
Halo.
No, it's a kind of I don't even know what this is. A fighting game. Freaking SmackDown versus Raw.
Oh,
Yes,
me
you.
too.
Wait,
WWE.
SmackDown vs. Raw or 2K? They're under the 2K banner now, right?
Yeah, they're under the 2K banner. I think
THQ. Well, I mean,
THQ is under 2K now.
Yeah, right.
specifically
THQ
that
Nordic.
version from back.
I think.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So Diego's
Specifically
saying
from back then.
what's that Smash Brothers version that everyone loves and still
Melee.
Melee.
Yeah, Melee, right? So it'll be like the
Yeah.
Melee, Super Smash Melee of the
They
They keep
wrestling
going
game.
back. They keep going back. Yeah.
Everybody goes
Yeah.
back to that.
Yeah.
Because
That'd be
man,
like-
you can imagine the storyline. That's a scripted leak right there.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
that's as
Points,
scripted as it
point-
gets.
Points for the feud. Points for the feud.
Yeah, I can imagine like the athletes, esports athletes create their own characters, their own likeness. Oh my god.
Oh
Right?
my
But don't
God.
they have that in the 2K19 version of it that you can make your own character and you can actually sneak in your own stuff?
They have like their own like custom story. Like there's a
Yeah.
story mode now that you play through, kind of like the other 2K games and the EA games. But yeah, like I can see potential for that, dude. That's a pretty interesting one.
Yeah.
Like you get
Yeah.
commentators who sound like JR and Jim JR and King. Man, it's gonna be awesome. King,
Yeah.
it's a slobber knocker out there.
Oh, to the skull! To the skull! just losing their minds. Oh man.
Oh, man.
ElderDjinn on the chat says, "I'm surprised CS:GO doesn't have much of a presence over there. I mean, weren't we all super into OG CS back in the day? CS:GO is different from OG CS. Let me just tell you right now.
No, and it's more of a like with esports branching out into the international scene with the Olympics and all of that. They're trying to steer away from violent video games. So guns are kind of
I
like,
heard.
guns that draw blood are kind of a no now. So I think that's what's hindering CS:GO to be
Yeah.
like more of a dominant force. But like,
Yeah.
people like violence. So
Yeah.
Who knows?
Now that you mentioned violence, it was literally in my head. I was going like Mortal Kombat. I want to see Mortal Kombat.
Too much blood. Too much blood.
Right? Yeah. I
Too
know.
much
it's-
blood. Too much X-rays, man.
Yes.
Oh.
that,
But I
that'd be
am-
like an R-rated show.
Yeah, but I am considering getting into MK11. Like that seems
Oh,
that's
that's
hot.
good.
Like for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah. But yeah, that's neither here nor there though. So yeah, I think that's everyone's titles. Yeah, that's everyone's
Yeah.
I think that's it.
wish list.
Gone
Yeah, so
full
we'll put the
circle,
nationals on a shelf for now. Leo, let's talk a little bit more about your streaming life. You're behind the scenes. Well, not really behind the scenes, but where you are right now. I want to
Yeah.
pull up a little bit of an Instagram photo real quick here with your streaming family and your quote unquote your squad. Some
Yo.
folks over from your squad.
Yeah, I love these
so-
folks.
Yes, I see Sad Power there as well, and Kitskua and all those lovely people.
Mm-hmm.
So how are things in the streaming world? Do you still get to stream a lot nowadays?
Yeah. In the past month, I've streamed like once to twice a week, maybe less because of how busy things have been. But yeah, I try to keep like the schedule consistent because you know how it is when people don't see you, people tend to forget. So you want to be able to keep that chugging and you want to keep that going. And it's my way of keeping up with my esports, anyways. I stream my study time. I stream my rank ladder grinds. And yeah, Brentertainment has been awesome. Brentertainment has been around for us for a little bit over a year now, specifically for me. And I love how we work here. I love how this is and how they're opening up the doors for streaming to be an actual career path and a profession for people to take. And yeah, some of the people in that picture, by the way, specifically Paru and OBB, they've gone their own ways. They went back into the real world, but they still stream. But I'm always gonna be missing them. We actually still hang out every few weeks. So, and Kits is still falling asleep every now and then. So that's something. Yeah, but right now, Brentertainment has moved on to a different platform. I will miss Twitch forever. Always, Twitch will always feel like home. But right now we're on Gamely. Gamely's a mobile platform, and I guess it's something we're trying to grow with alongside. And yeah, Gamely is where we're at right now, and I stream a lot of mobile games right now. So there's that.
Like
Yeah.
what? Like what? Tell us about the games you're streaming, man.
Okay, so last night I streamed legit like almost 6 hours of Arena of Valor. That was
Oh my god.
that was that story. I'm not sure if I mentioned that on the pre-show or earlier today, but I streamed my first few games with members of a Team Liab. That's the Mineski Globe pro team right now, and I streamed with 1717 and a few of the other guys because he's a personal friend of mine. His girlfriend and I go way back into high school, and last night he just invited me like, whatever, you want to scrim? And I'm like, yeah, tara, let's go. I'm live. And like, right now? Like, yeah, right now. All right. So we played, and I felt so pressured. I'm like, oh, Leo, don't screw this up, man. Don't throw, don't throw. Do your job. And as we were picking, right, as we were picking our heroes, if you guys don't know, Arena of Valor is a lot like League of Legends. Position is your position. Your job is to not mess it up. So I let them pick first because obviously they wanted to scrim and they wanted to play so that they can learn heroes or positions in a safe space. So I let them pick first, and they leave me one spot. They leave me the jungle, and the jungle is so significant. And I'm like, all right, so I have to not mess up the jungle. So I have to really show these guys I'm not messing around. And luckily enough, I didn't throw, I did not feed, and we won all our games. One of them was pretty close though, because I think other pros were scrimming at the time, and they knew that these guys were the Liab folks, so they put their A game. But we didn't lose, and they left me at around maybe 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. So we finished our games, and I had to stream for a few more hours. And I said, okay, guys, I know you want to see some PUBG Mobile action. I know you want to see some ML. Those are the few other games I stream right now. But I said, here's how we're gonna do it. I feel like I'm on fire. I just played with the Liab guys. I'll stop when I lose. And I did not lose.
Nope.
It was so awesome. So I just kept going. And last night was one of my best nights of streaming in the past month. So I hope things go more that way. That's how it is for me these days. That's pretty good.
That's intense, man.
Right.
That's intense.
Wow.
Man.
That's best case scenario, right? Worst case scenario, I'm just fooling around, buying heroes, feeding, and going like, you know what, we're gonna switch games. I'm gonna go on to like PUBG Mobile till I get a chicken dinner, and if I don't, all right, I need to charge my phone, or I pretend like I need to charge my phone, and I go get some coffee, stuff like that. It's just
Okay,
Oh,
man.
man.
As a streamer, like what? Okay, when you watch people on stream, like when you watch the regular people that you follow, okay, you either follow people on Twitch because one, they're pros and you want to learn from them, like they're really good at this game. Don't even have to be pros; they're really good at this game, and you want to learn from them, or because you just find their personality so entertaining.
yeah.
That, that. So, what would you consider yourself as a streamer?
Jeez, there are days when I'm the latter, where I'm just so on it, or I'm just so energetic and like, oh, hey, what's up? Every single person that comes in that says hi, I'm like, how was your day? Oh, I have a story for you, stuff like that, or like I'm so witty. Oh, like look at that. Oh, tank fight, you know what I mean? But there are days where I'm like last night, I would barely talk to chat. I'm like, I'm on fire. I can spell an MVP. Boom, MVP. So, I don't know. Some days I'm happy, just having fun, and then other days I have like such a competitive streak. Some days I'm just, I'm gonna go hard. So, I don't know. But yeah, if you're gonna ask me which one I would want to be,
Mm-hmm.
I'd be the latter. I think I cannot rest my laurels on saying I'm good because I know I'm not. I know I'm never gonna be as good as the next guy because the next guy's gonna be hungrier for the win. I just want to have a good time. I just want to put on a show.
Agreed.
Wow.
Okay. Hmm. Wait,
that's
is
what
screen
it is.
still on me? Screen still
Screen
Why?
is still on
Why
you.
was I clicked
It
away from
was-
that? I don't know why.
I was like, I'm just nodding like Herald. Switch it now.
Never.
Herald!
It's all about you. It's all about you.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good question. Yeah, because knowing yourself is a key to success. Like all of these successful streamers, they're not just I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. No, I think that's one thing that you need to know is self realization or like questioning what you do every single time or like learning about your identity is something that you work on every single day,
Yeah.
every single time you go live. So yeah, it's good to question that every
Nice.
time you go and if you have this drive, if you have this, you know what, I'm gonna be entertaining or yeah, I think I need to be really be good with my mechanics today. Then you're just on your way to becoming the kind of streamer you want to be.
That's right.
see.
Leo
Definitely
always
now.
trying to be Brentertaining. That's excellent stuff, man. And that's kind of a tip for those at home who who want to possibly get into streaming and haven't yet, or probably thinking about like, oh, what do I need to pick up from
Yeah.
to get things going on my stream. So that's
Yeah.
awesome stuff, man. And
Yeah.
I want to look back at your background real quick. And you mentioned, I think, during the pre-show that you spent 8 years as a radio DJ.
Yep. Weird. Yeah, it's odd to say that now. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I was on radio for 8 years, but it's true. That's where the DJ Leo comes from, you know.
Well, it
And-
fits. It fits.
I
for-
know,
yeah.
but the thing is, like, I've been working the first quarter of 2019 getting rid of the DJ stigma, but I can't because it's part of my branding. But the thing is, I'm not anymore, you know, like I'm not on radio anymore. But yeah, since 2011 I've been with Mellow 94.7, and the station went under a few changes, you know, a little bit of rebranding here, some reformatting there, and business is business, and your boy was part of the chopping board, and I accepted that. You know, they're my family, they're my friends. I want them to succeed. I want the station to keep going, and if me not being part of the picture is what it takes, then it'll be fine. You know, maybe somewhere down the line they'll call me back, or someone else might need me back on the airwaves. I'll answer the call when it comes, but for now, like, I think this is just the universe, or the homie upstairs saying, you know what, I think esports needs you, buddy. And that's exactly the door that opened. So yeah, background wise, I started college radio, and it was just by accident. They were like, hey man, you're not doing anything, right? You're just playing Dota, cutting classes, whatever. And I'm like, yeah. And you want to join our org because we're looking for like people to revitalize the radio program that we have in UST, Tiger Radio. And I'm like, sure, whatever. Like, you have an air-conditioned org room, right? Yeah, I need a place to hang out. Let's do it. So, I took it because they were like, yeah, you're an okay talker. Like, I guess I am an okay talker. And I took the chance and I fell in love with it, Like, the first time I went on air for Tiger Radio, it was an addicting experience. But it eventually turned into more than just the infatuation. It turned into like a quiet passion. Because, people are like, I love radio or I love esports. I was never that guy. I still am not. I'm not the person who's going to Bible thump whatever passion I have. I'm just going to keep going at it and show my dedication through consistency and through my quiet perseverance, and I guess that's how I got where I am today. And that's how it was for radio for me. Just let my actions speak for themselves, even though I do speak a lot. But that was the job. That's what it entailed.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, 8 years is not nothing, man. Like I've had radio more than I've had most of the objects I own.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
like there are houses that I used to live in that I don't live anymore, and had radio for much longer. So you know what I mean? Like pairs of pants, clothes, cell phones. They last much shorter than that career. So that was like
Yeah.
I'm just thankful. I'm just forever thankful for that.
Yeah, and how's your transition been from radio to esports? You know, and we've been talking about your career in esports nowadays. Was it rough? Was it smooth? Did radio help prepare you?
Yeah. The thing is, there has always been an overlap. Esports and gaming have always been a part of my life as far as I remember. My first console was the Nintendo Entertainment System. That was the gray box, not even a Famicom.
Mhm.
You know how in Asia we have the Famicom? That's the beige
Yeah.
and red. I had a
Mhm.
friggin' Nintendo Entertainment System.
Ooh,
I put that
NES.
I put that thing in a balikbayan box, brought it home, and I plugged it in every Saturday night. So that's the thing. Like my parents trained me as a child to discipline my gaming. So I knew that I can only play every Saturday and Sunday. So that's how they trained me. I played my Shinobi. I played my Super Mario Brothers. I remember that. So gaming has always been a part of my life. And in radio, I've always tried to use that as an avenue to chasing my love and my passion. So that's how I met a lot of our friends in the industry, is by inviting them on my radio show. You know, I was like, oh, yo, I'm a radio DJ. I would love to have your team. I would love to have you guys. I would love to have, I would love to hear about your game on my show. And I invited them. And that's how I know a lot of the guys I would eventually work with here in Brentertainment. And my real transition actually started back in 2017. I was still deep into radio. I did not ever think of leaving. Leaving radio never crossed my mind. I always thought it would be part of me. So back in 2017, I saw the calls for Brentertainment. They were like, "So do you want to be a streamer? Here's your chance to make that an actual career path." And what happened was, in the back of my mind, streaming was always weird to me. Streaming was always an odd activity. Because you guys know about this skit that Jimmy Kimmel did on his show,
Oh yeah.
talking
yeah,
about YouTube Red. Is that YouTube? No, talking about YouTube gaming, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Where it's like, so I have to pay to watch people play video games.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's something that kind of idea was in my mind, and I always was, was suspect about streaming until I became a part of it. It's one of those things where you're like, don't knock it till you try it, bro. Don't hate streaming until you're either watching it or you're a part of it. And at around 2016, 2017 is when I was like deep into streaming, or at least thought about it. And it was around this time where I saw Brentertainment's call. They're like, "Hey, send in your resumes. We need like a roster of talents. If you have the guts, come join us." And yeah, I think I was one of the first few to send in my put my name in the hat. And fast forward to April of 2018, last year. That's when I got signed, and that's when I started streaming. So I was still streaming, and I was on radio at the same time, and I think they went hand in hand. Like they're not so different from each other. But the full-time transition was rather rough. I gotta admit, it was a little rough because it's like cutting off a limb. It's like breaking up with a long-time girlfriend or boyfriend.
Mhm.
It's like moving out of a house that you thought you were gonna live in forever, because it's my safety blanket. It's like my name is Leo. It's DJ Leo. You know what I mean? Like it's there.
Yeah.
It's there, and people are always asking, "Oh, hey man, you still on radio?" And it's so weird to say no. It's like, "Oh, are you and let's use the name freaking Jane. Are you and Jane still together?" And your answer, you're supposed to say no, but it's so hard to say. And that's how it feels like for me for the first few weeks and maybe the first month of not having, not being on radio anymore. It was painful for me to accept that. But eventually, when these opportunities started to come up, Lions Den, my own talk show, this thing with TV5 for the Nationals, um, having all these friends and just outfits in the esports industry going, oh, you know what, if we need you, we'll call you, stuff like that. It's just it made sense that if I was still in radio, I wouldn't have the time to be a part of all of these other things, and that just that made acceptance and the transition a little easier.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about rebranding the DJ part to something else? Maybe a drastic jumper Leo or
I know.
Drastic jumper Leo.
So far though, double jump Leo. Double jump Leo, break the laws of physics.
Yeah, baby.
Double jump.
The thing is, DJ Leo only now appears in my handles. So it's only in my Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, DJ Leo Gaming. That's the only time you'll ever see it, because I make it a point that whenever someone addresses me, or even car gens, right? Like here specifically on GameByte, like I made sure that you guys just put Leo, because that's the branding. That's just me now, and I don't want DJ to be a part of it anymore. So eventually, I don't know, man. I don't know. Eventually, it's a tricky thing to deal with. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I think if you just keep using whatever you want aside from DJ, I think it'll catch on. Considering that, I mean, this thing with of course with 5+ gaming, I mean, people are gonna start saying, hey, this guy's good. This is Leo. They're just gonna remember
It's
Leo.
just Leo. Yeah.
So I think
that's the goal.
if anything, this would be a good time to start.
Take it from the rebranding master himself, D's nuts.
Insta D's nuts.
I'm trying.
Nuts.
I
Insta
cannot.
D's nuts.
We can find our rebrand together, Leo.
Yep. I'll we'll get tips. We'll just give each other the tip,
You can drop the J and just be called DeLeo.
The Leo.
DeLeo.
Like the man.
Or DeLeo. DeLeo.
Dilio. Oh, it's Dilio.
DeLeo. Yeah.
Right. I got a question. Okay, here. I'm gonna ask you to gush a little bit, okay? I want you to gush a little bit. So, I think we can all kind of see that. I mean, 2018 and was kind of the year where all the personalities of the local gaming scene was developing. All the streamers were really coming out and all that.
Yeah.
Now here we are with the Nationals, one of the biggest esports event of our generation locally, right? So, Leo, I have to ask, why do you think that of all the people that probably auditioned, what made them pick you? What made you shine the most? I know. But here, I just want to say that I know you're such a humble man, but I want you to gush. I want you to gush about it right now.
Jesus Christ, dude! I ask myself this question every day. I wake up and I see my chat. I wake up, I see my Facebook, I see my chat, I see my Viber, I see my. To be in the same circle as these talented men and women, I'm like, why? I ask myself the same question. I ask myself the same question. But true story. I shared a grab with one of my heads over at the TV5. Jason of Jason of GG Network. Yeah, and he's an awesome guy. Everyone I've worked with so far is just I have nothing but good things to say about them. But Jason has been following me even before my stint with TV5, and he knows because he has to stay in touch with everyone in esports, right? These people have to be in the know in the industry, and he told me exactly why they picked us. He told me exactly why they trusted all of us. And as much as it strokes my ego, it's good to listen to this, because if I keep this to heart and I keep this at the center of my career compass, I will be able to keep landing these gigs. I will be able to keep growing the way I want to. So he said, the reason why we like you and the reason why we trust you is because of your background. Correct. The reason why is because of radio. You've been there for so long. There's a reason why they haven't kicked you out. There's a reason why we haven't revoked your license. There's a reason why you're staying on air for so long. It's because you're a reliable worker. You're professional. Your delivery is good. People are entertained, and I know that my following isn't as big as big as everyone else's. But given the chance, if you hear me, if you listen, if you pay attention, you'll pick something up. There's something of value, and I think that's what 5 Plus, the guys over at GG Network, TV5, that's what they were looking for. Someone who not everyone has seen yet, but given the chance, if you let him grow, if you let him perfect the way he is and put more eyes on that, then it's gonna be beneficial to everyone. And that really struck a chord with me. And I'm like, thank you. That validates a lot of what I'm doing. And besides that, he's like, we know you're a real gamer. We know that deep inside, despite everything that you're gonna be doing here, even if we don't pay you, you're just happy to do what you're doing here because it's for the better of everyone involved. And I'm like, that's true. Like, I'm just happy to be here anyways. And yeah, I really love what we do here. And I think at the heart of it, you can't buy passion. You can't fake it. And I think that's the X factor. And I think that's why. That's why.
Awesome.
Well said, sir.
That's a great insight. That's great insight.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna listen to the pod of this. Because I like listening to you.
Very, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. I hope that's the goal. Every time the mics are on, every time the camera's on, I just hope that somebody gets a little something from when I open my mouth.
Yeah, but something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's all about value. It's all about walking away with being better. It's about walking away being better. And I gotta be real with you guys. During my first coverage yesterday, God, it was just yesterday. During my first coverage yesterday, I was all nerves, man. And some of my reports were not on point, but that's the thing. We need to get better. And as I said, during the pre-show, I was looking at my calendar. I guess I'm on Sunday, so that's another chance to be better.
Yeah.
Always.
That's good.
Always.
Well, to quote some of the other people, I mean, a lot of like, performers or like, people who have actually been in front of the camera on live television for like decades or something like that. They always miss one thing. They miss being nervous.
Yeah.
When they stop feeling nervous about, like going on TV or saying something or making a mistake, when they lose that, they just get bored with it. So that I feel like, you should enjoy that. I think that's the best thing I can say. It's okay to be nervous because eventually you might just become like, you might just get bored with it if you're no longer getting nervous about it.
Complacent.
Stay hungry, brother. Stay hungry, brother.
Stay hungry, stay humble. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Legit. It's good to feel nervous again, because I gotta be real with you guys. When I stream now, not nervous. When I host, very rarely nervous. When I cast, especially if I'm comfortable with my partner, not nervous anymore. So it's nice to feel nervous and scared, especially going into correspondence coverage. And
exactly,
it forces you to level up. It's that moment in a game where you're in a dungeon and the game gives you so many items. You're like, uh-oh, boss fight coming up, and what's up. You know what's going down.
You know what's up.
Unless it's Sekiro and they don't tell you anything, and then the boss jumps out of nowhere.
Exactly. Unless it's from software, then you know what it is.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, Human Panda in chat says Leo was pretty okay actually. So I guess.
Oh, thank you, Panda, thank you. Specifically, I think my last 2 or 3 reports were much better. My first and second, I watched them. I'm like, what the hell are you doing, man? What are you saying? But yeah, the second and third, the last few, especially my interviews, given what I had, I think they were good. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, it does get a little cringy when you watch yourself after.
Oh, you never get
when
used
you're watching yourself again. You're like, that was me.
Yeah, you never. Even my voice, I never get used to it. I'm like, who is this? Who is this?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have that problem. I love myself.
Oh, you have no idea, Herald.
Oh man,
you have no idea. Harold loves that mic so much.
You see me on the bus, I'm just listening to Kutzal and Geekcast or GameByte, on
And
Spotify.
you're just nodding like.
But he skips the parts where he hears like he hears me or Diego. He just goes straight.
Like, nah, enough of that.
Let's
go back to my
skip.
Let's go back to my monologue. Let's go back to my monologue about
my long
Blizzard
my
esports.
long monologue.
those opening ad libs. Let's get it.
So good. So I just have those on loop before I sleep. You know, that's my ASMR.
Love it.
That mistake I made. Oh, I just had a cough that day. It's not my fault.
What cough? What cough? I meant that. I meant that.
No.
All right. Well,
Iron Hammer stream on the chat says voices through the mic often sound cringefully different. Yeah. Well, how we hear our own voices versus how other people hear it is two totally different things. And
Yeah,
trust
and
me,
you're
just,
welcome.
just record yourself on the mic. Record yourself on the on your phone and then play it back to yourself, and then you will realize what you're hearing there is what everyone else hears.
Oh man, the speaker on my phone doesn't do me justice. You know, I was just
not enough. Not enough.
I need a surround sound system.
We need
Okay.
more drivers.
A Bose system.
We need like an 8.1.
An 8.1, baby.
ElderDjinn in the chat says I have a webcam and a mirror next to it while I stream. I mean, have you been in my room?
Mirrors everywhere.
Mirrors everywhere.
Mirrors
Just so he
everywhere.
can just look at himself. Hey.
One of my monitors is just on a black wallpaper, just so I could see my reflection on the black wallpaper.
Yeah. You might not know this, but he has two webcams actually. The other one is just for that specific specific monitor.
It's just
And I have
one big. Yeah. It's just him.
Yeah, it's just him. It's like
It's an expensive mirror.
very.
And I have my
expensive
phone on
mirror.
selfie mode, just the whole time.
Nice.
Everything.
He has that mount. Hey,
It's
it's
for the
Lazada
gram.
day sale. You should buy.
It's
for the gram, baby.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hashtag for the gram.
Hashtag GameByte.
Yeah.
But you know, guys, sadly, our time is coming to an end, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, it's for the better, because that means we'll have more of DJ Leo to discover the next time we have him on the show.
Always
Alright.
more. Always
Exactly.
more. Always more.
I had like a
Leo.
ton of questions I wanted to rapid fire through Leo, but you know what, guys? We'll save it for next time because Leo deserves more screen time, right? It's not just an hour and a half, right? We got to give him more, and he's got to come back. We got to pressure him. Maybe mid-season of the Nationals, maybe end of the season. You know, let's
Yep.
hear his
Oh, yeah.
feedback on how
Down the
things
line.
have been going.
Yeah,
the
down
line.
the line.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully
steady
it doesn't go.
progression.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't go. Hey guys, what's up? I got axed.
No, don't say that. Don't say
Oh
that.
no,
That will not happen.
that won't
No.
that won't work.
No, let's
Hey,
not.
we might even have him on a show with Butters, his fellow brother over there at the Nationals as well.
Oh yeah, dude.
Ooh.
Butters and I go way back, so it would be
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a very nice episode as well, along with Noble Rand. You know, we could probably give
Yeah.
Noble Rand some random
Yeah.
questions again. Yeah,
We're just
that would be great.
kicking Diego and Mick off the show and just have
Yeah,
have a
just
full
put
house
those
of
two
everyone.
guys. It's fine, dude. No. I have an idea. Why don't me and Diego go to your place and we'll be under one camera?
Do it.
and
Yeah,
one
we'll do it all
microphone,
that. Yes,
And then all
there.
three of them can be in the 4 panels.
That
Boom.
makes it harder.
Boom,
That makes it
easier.
harder. Okay.
I
No,
might
no,
as well
it's-
be on chat if that's the case. I might as well
No,
just stay
it's very easy. Me and Diego will just stand there in the back talking to each other while you talk to them. Isn't that right, Diego? So it feels like we're still part of the thing, you know.
I'll be in chat, Mick, if that's the idea. I'd rather be in chat.
I'd rather be in chat.
All right, well that's it, guys. Let's play ourselves out here. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to GameByte episode 89. It's March 27 here in the Philippines, and I think in America as well at this point. But yeah, well, thank you everyone for tuning in. We want to thank all our most recent followers, each and every one of you. Jay Kua, Cheesemo, Nazgul1662. Congratulations on your socks. Crunchy Tack, Turbulence Overwatch, XD_Joker XD, Heartland Media, Jason_Shocker, Zal, Really Plushy, and Bounds. I want to thank everyone in the chat, Iron Hammer Stream, CC, names that are coming to mind because they're on the screen right now. Human Panda 22, who gave 3 subs in one night.
Boom.
Chill Fox,
Man.
who's been here as well the whole time. CC. I said your name earlier, but I want to say it again. Vimo King of Nerf Diva, who was in here earlier to claim the top spot in our Bit Cheer leaderboard. 3,100 in total now, cheering 1,100 at the start of the show. Neo Gear coming in behind now. Who knew we would be saying that in a sentence? Nope underscore plays. ElderDjinn, if not now, Gwen, Mershi, Gameko, Tita Gamings, Insideezy, and Hue underscore as well. Of course, we gotta give props to our subs like Human Panda, Double Twos, Furansishu, Nico P, Sensei Humor, Bimo King of Vu, Neo Gear again, of course, Ion Hammer Stream, Insta-DZ wanted that emote badly, Monster Plays 13, and of course, But Ninja and everyone else who has subscribed to us in the past and has cheered us on in their own time. Thank you guys for all the support. If you want to donate, if you don't want to subscribe, or if you don't want to cheer, there's a donate button right below as well. But you know what? We'll get to the rest of that in just a little bit. Final thoughts on today's show. No, we don't have news. We don't have news. Leo, where can the folks at home find you when you're not on a show like GameByte?
Alright, so y'all can hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at DJ Leo Gaming. Everything is there. All you need to know, hit me up if you have any questions. If you just want to talk, just send me a message, and I'd be glad to talk to you. I'm always looking out for folks who just want to learn more about esports or just want to talk and just hang out. All right, so yeah, that's it. Just at DJ Leo Gaming.
Awesome, Mick, man. Where can the folks at home find you when you're not on GameByte?
When I'm not on GameByte, you can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at TheFuryBot. And aside from that, always you can find me here next week, Wednesday. Well, not maybe next week, but yeah, you know what? Fine. I'll be there next week. Every Wednesday nights here on twitch.tv/quitstalling. Only on GameByte, 9:30 p.m. Philippine time. Is it still daylight savings, Herald?
Yeah, they moved it back, so it's like 6:30 now.
It's alright. 6:30 a.m. California time. Yeah. What about you, Diego?
These nuts. Where can these nuts find you when you're not on GameByte?
Where could they be found? Oh.
Where can you find these nuts?
Oh my god. I hope it doesn't become a thing. I hope I don't go through with it. Anyway, before I plug in my thing, I need to address something of utmost importance because this concerns the entire internet. First of all, 2 days ago, I don't know if you guys saw it, or maybe you have. T-Series has overtaken PewDiePie as the #1 sub channel on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it! I mean,
no, he got it back. He got it back though.
Already?
Yeah, he did.
I just checked before the show. It was like 20. He's like 20K under.
He's 20K under now. Oh, he got it back like a day ago. After they went ahead by like 4K, he caught up again by like 10,000, I think.
And let me check right now. Okay,
so it's
currently
the first one to 100 million. That's his goal. He said if he was the first one to reach 100 million, he will stop, and he will say, "Stop it, guys.
It's enough."
That's enough. Yeah. He's good.
Okay. So right now, currently PewDiePie is under T-Series by 24,275 subs. Again, the race is to 100 million. But you know, T-Series is still a good channel if you want a nice Bollywood music. Anyway, you guys can find me on my usual socials, which is InstaDeeZee. That's INSTADEEZEE. But again, I am on the ever-ending. No, I'm on the ever-ending quest to rebrand alongside the DJ Leo. So when that comes, I'll let you know what happens. But
we'll work it out. We'll work it out. Okay.
Brainstorming session.
Quick announcement as well. Okay, so my website again. If you guys need any director work, editor work, videography work, you guys can check out my personal website, which is www.diegoz.com. But I might have a special announcement for everyone next week with regards to that career path. So stay tuned for next week for that announcement. I'm going to tease you guys a bit because let's just say I want to make sure that I sign the contract first.
He's going to dot the T's and cross the nuts. All right, I get it.
Yeah. How about you, Harold?
Sorry, Pyro's here. People are just jumping in.
Oh, hello, Sad Pyro. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, Pyro.
Hi, guys.
Thank you for catching up, and thank you for tuning in. If you guys want to catch me, you can find me at Herald Plays on Twitter, Instagram, and of course on twitch.tv/Herald Plays. And of course on the Quitstalling Geekcast, Fridays, 12 noon Philippine Standard Time. Oh, I'm going to get this wrong. 9 p.m. California. Yeah, we kept it the same in California, but we moved it earlier here in the Philippines because of daylight savings time. So we just keep changing the schedule because of those guys in America. So Derek and Juancho and I will be on the show this week talking about all things geek and pop culture. We got a lot to talk about. We're gonna talk about I'm gonna get this wrong as well. Death, Love, and Robots? No. Robots. No. What?
Love, Death, and Robots.
Love, Death, and Robots.
Oh my
I was like,
god.
it's
Robots.
just the logo that shows up. So I'm like, what order do the logo show up? I was trying to picture it in my head. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. All right, so check that out. I also want to give a suggestion because I know Derek is gonna love it. So if you guys want to check it out, check out Future Man. It's written by Seth Rogen and his group. It's
Future Man.
Yeah, it's ridiculous humor. If you're into their kind of humor, then it's definitely one to watch. Yeah, and of course me, DZ. This weekend we got a little something cooking up for Overwatch. So keep your eyes peeled here on twitch.tv/quitstalling. And of course, DZ, they can keep their eyes peeled on all our social media for all the announcements. Facebook.com/quitstallingus. We're on Twitter @quitstallingus. Of course, on Instagram @quitstalling. You can find all our videos on demand on youtube.com/quitstalling and here on twitch.tv/quitstalling. Cheer us on with some bits. Subscribe to us if you like our content. Even if you don't, just subscribe. Click that button. It doesn't matter. You got a free Twitch Prime sub every month. Do it. And of course, listen. If you miss the live show, if you wanna tune in to DJ Leo from the very beginning and you have a long commute, you can download the podcast on Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and so much more. And you can leave a 5-star review, and more people will find us that way. And of course, you can stream us on Spotify. Yes, Spotify. Ad-free or not, we're there. So check it out. All right, check it out. GameByte with a Y, GameByte, and tell people. Tell your friends, tell your family about GameByte, and of course, the rest of the Quit Stalling content. CC in the chat says, "Oh, it's us. I thought it's US." Yes, quit stalling us. Quit stalling.
Yeah.
Quit. I was gonna make it quit stalling
us.
me. Yeah, back in the day, when I was picking out a URL, I was gonna make it quit stalling me, but I was like, you know what? It's not about me. It's about us. So we made it quit stalling us. All right. So you can also find our website on www.quitstalling.us. This week, things will change. Yes! Check it out. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for GameByte episode 89. We will see you guys next week. Same Byte time, same Byte channel. But till then, ladies and gentlemen, get off your butts and quit stalling. We'll see you guys next week. Bye, everybody. Bye.